Hello ladies and gents, this is the Clash Hub bringing you a video on what to do and what not to do during war. So, first thing we're going to talk about is raid strategies, and is that a fucking Bush? Jeb Bush, get out of here, you piece of shit. Anyways, so raid strategies. What you shouldn't do is never use go wipe if you can 3-star the base in another strategy. Go wipe is terrible. The only time you should be go wiping in war is if no one on your clan can 3-star the base, but you still need the stars, so you go for the 2 stars. Go wipe is a 2-star strategy, not 3, only 2. So don't use it to get that 3rd star. I cannot stress that enough. And one of the people in our clan recently just had one of those experiences. He knows who he is, and I'm not going to mention his name. But never use go wipe in war. Alright, so then another strategy is for number 2 here. We'll talk about how you would raid this guy. I have raided and 3-starred this base using 2 golem go-ho. So basically, when you're go-hoing in war, you never want to bring 4 heals, because your kill squad will be some wizards, your golems, and your heroes, and those, it's useless to heal those because they're gonna die anyways. You just want them to go in, defuse the double giant bomb space, and then kill the queen. So you want to bring a rage or a jump, and an alternative you can use for rage is you can bring 2 haste, which is what, like this base layout, the walls are all the same, but the defenses have changed. So in mine, there wasn't the building hut or P.E.K.K.A.'s thing there. That's where the double giant bombs were. So I haste my golems down like that little tube. And so that would work, because haste, like rage is more like non-specific. So if you want to just have your golems and stuff like in a general area, not really specific, you would use your rage. But if you want, say I want my golems to go from here, and say this is a Tesla, instead of raging it, because it'd probably go for this expo, I could put like a haste like right there, and then they'd go down this chute if that was a Tesla. And so haste is pretty good at like showing your troops where to go, kind of. So that's basically, you want to be able to choose what spells are right for that base. If you're doing a dragon raid on, like, say a town hall 8, so on this guy, say, for this guy, do you want to lightning one of these air defenses so you can get rid of them right away? Do you want to bring 2 rage, 1 heal? What do you want to do? You got to be able to choose the spells that are right for that kind of attack that you were doing on that base. So once you've got your army composition figured out, and once you've got your spells figured out what to do, then you're deciding, alright, when should I attack this guy? Because if you look at it, the war is 24 hours. But many people think, oh, I'll just raid near the end. But if all their team raided right away, and you raided at the very end, then it's a lot harder to come back, because there's more of that, oh god, they're in the lead by like 20 stars, and you've got more pressure on you. So that's why I like to do my raids right away, because it's 0-0, and if I get that 3-star right away, and another person gets a 3-star right away, we're only up 6 stars, but everyone's like, oh, we've got 2 3-star raids already, and it like gets people more confident, kind of. I don't know, kind of stupid because it's a video game, but it happens, and that's what happens. And so you always want to be raiding with your first attack, probably I'd say within the first 6 hours. And then I wouldn't ever advise your clan to use their second attack on a base that hasn't been attacked yet. Okay, so say Joker attacks 1, but only gets 1 star, and the next person who could raid that was Indies or Gaming YouTube. But if he already used both of his raids on, say, 3 or 4, or 2 and 3, then you have to rely on your number 3rd player to 3-star that one. And so you always want to have like those options. So everyone uses their first attack, and then the leaders of the clan, so the co-leaders, elders, and co-leaders or even the members can decide, all right, what is more efficient? Do we take our number 2 player and have him attack down low for that guaranteed 3-star, or do we have him go up against number 1 to clean up that mess? I mean, Joker doesn't actually make any messes, but I was just using him for an example. And so basically it's all successful clans don't win just because they have good people. Just because you've got people who can raid, like you can have all the, okay, maybe not there, but like you could have half of really good players and half of mediocre players. That's pretty good setup. Like if that's what your war is, then that's decent. You're going to win a lot of wars. But you can have that kind of setup and still lose quite a lot of wars just because your clan isn't organized. The most organized clans are always the clans that win the most wars. For example, every time war starts, we always say like the strategy we're doing for this war, and then we say who to raid. So say we know Dev can raid their number 5, but we also know that their number 10 needs cleaned up because no one around that area can 3-star number 10. We're going to say, alright, there's people who can 3-star number 5, and there's only Dev on the lower end who can 3-star 10. So we're going to use Dev's attack to 3-star 10 and clean up 5 with someone else. So planning is essential to winning wars. So that's what to do and what not to do during wars. For raiding. Bases. Let me talk a little bit about bases. My base right now, if you split it down the middle, it's symmetrical. If you split it sideways, it's not symmetrical, but it's still somewhat symmetrical. You never want a symmetrical base. And you always want double giant bomb spaces. See how mine are spread out? That's not good. So this base would be terrible in war. So my base that I use in war, I'm not going to show you mine that I use in war just because, but this base is one I used to use in war. See how it's like all spread up? And if you cut it from anywhere on the base, there's always going to be like different. There's no similarities in the way the walls are laid out. And these double giant bombs are spread out and the queen is not centered. That is how you want a war base. Now I could go on for another 8 minutes telling you how to build a good war base, but that should be in a whole nother video. So what I'm going to tell you for your base is 3 simple steps. Don't have it symmetrical, have good double giant bomb spaces, and you always want to have your queen not in the center, because if it's in the center, then if your double giant bombs are revolved around it, then anywhere they can go, they can get your double giant bomb and your queen. So this base would not be good. For example, I would want my queen somewhere over, like right there. That's not a good place, but it's far away from the double giant bombs. So if they want to defuse those double giant bombs, they'd have to sacrifice not getting the queen. But if they wanted to get the queen, they'd have to sacrifice not getting the double giant bombs. And so that's the ideology behind a anti-3-star base. And anti-3-star bases are essential for your clan to have. Everyone in my clan has an anti-3-star base, except for obviously these lower town halls, like Town Hall 6 and 7, because it's virtually impossible to make one. But anyways, that's what to do versus what not to do in war, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a good day. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I am out.